Hey everybody, and for today's progressive programming workout, we're going to go ahead and jump into a chipper, starting out with 50 wall balls, going into 200-meter run, 40 pull-ups, 400-meter run, 30 bar burpees to a 6-inch target, and then ending it out with an 800-meter run. Now, looking at this workout, it's a relatively quick workout. So what we want to kind of keep in mind is the intention is to make it a quick workout. So push the intensity as we look at the first round, the 50 wall balls. Our main focus here is to set up into a breathing rhythm, hang on to the ball, keep it unbroken as much as possible. It's one time through. Once you're done with the 50, you're done. Move on to the next run. Now, coming off the 50 wall balls, going into that first run, the 200-meter run, legs going to feel a little heavy, to be expected. Maybe take the first 20, 50 meters as a little active recovery and then start pushing the intensity a little bit more from there. When we get into some of these runs, especially the shorter ones, the more we can drive with our arms and generate some momentum and throw that counterweight off so we can lean into that run a little bit faster. That's something we want to focus on. So starting out from the wall balls, going into that run, build your intensity, build that lean, and start thinking about driving more from not just your legs, but also from your upper body to help create that speed. Then we've got 40 pull-ups. Now, wherever you are within your pull-up capacity, what we need to do is find something that we can sustain 5 to 8 reps in a row. So we've got 40 reps here. If we're having to go in 5 to 8 reps, we're looking at 8 sets of 5 or 5 sets of 8. It's pretty straightforward. If you can hang on to all 40 in a row, even better. This is a good opportunity to maybe scale up and do a chest-to-bar pull-up for this one. Now, looking at the pull-ups, if we need to modify, what we want to do is modify it with a band hanging from the rig so that way we can practice and implement our kipping pull-up. Now, if we find ourselves setting the band across the rack, we're not going to have the same kind of assistance at the top, and let alone the same amount of ability to create that kip swing. So make sure that we're finding ourselves in a position or a scaling modification that allows us to maintain 5 to 8 reps consistently. Then from there, we've got our 400-meter run. Same principles apply from the 200. Maybe allow yourself to come build into the run a little bit. Just let your heart rate recover. Since the pull-ups have such a quick cycle rate, let your heart rate recover and then think about driving through those arms and legs, driving those knees up to help generate more speed. Then we get into our 30 burpees to a target. Now, as far as our target goes, what we want to do is establish a target with both arms going overhead and making sure that bar is or ring is just 6 inches out of our reach. If it's over 6 inches, that's fine. We just don't want to be able to just reach and touch it from a standing position. Now, from there, after those 30 burpees to a target, last run, 800-meter run. So again, just like the pull-ups, allow yourself to kind of let your heart rate recover a little bit going into that last run. You've got a long 800-meter run. So that first 100 meters or so, kind of find your pace, find your rhythm, and then build your intensity. When we think about the cadence of our step, ease into that cadence. When you're on the way back, the last 4 to 200 meters, let's sprint hard. Make that last 200 meters feel worse than our first 200 meters felt after the 50 wall balls. So push the intensity here. Have fun.